Hello! Thought it was about time I made another video, you know, so no one thinks I've vanished or died. So last video I was in the hospital closer to my home. They don't specialise in allo transplants, so it was a little bit of a difficult one, but to summarise that end, after 5 days of fluid restriction, being super dehydrated and measuring my MP, I lost about 8 kilograms in water weight and my sodium went back to normal. Hooray! But then while I was there I got loads of rashes. They banged me on IV steroids and they let me go home on steroid tablets after about 9 days altogether, because the rashes seemed to have subsided. But then one came back with a vengeance all across my belly. It's kind of, I've had a few different ones really. The big blotchy one on my foot and really dry skin across my chin and my shoulders, and then what I've got now is, it looks a little bit like every hair follicle's gone red all across my belly and my legs. So yeah, I only made it out 4 days this time of glorious home time. I went to my clinic, and because of the widespread rash and that then my bloods came back and I had a liver enzyme alt being in like the 700s, and I think it's meant to be about 100, so incredibly high. I was admitted again, but this time back to my transplant hospital further away. So although the initial recommendation was to put me back on IV steroids, the doctor yesterday decided that there's not really much point because my gut's fine. Apparently, if you're not, you know, got a bad gut, then the tablets work just as well as IV. So stayed on the steroid tablets. He reduced it ever so slightly, and hopefully at the moment it looks like the liver issue might have been because they put me on this strong antifungal called posaconazole, and that can cause liver elevations, and since they took me off that, it's been decreasing by like 100 a day. So he says, although they can't rule out that it's liver GVHD, he thinks it's probably the drug just because of the speed it's going back down now they've took me off it. I also had an ultrasound this morning and my liver looks fine and my bile duct looks fine, and so that's good. There's no like major issues with my liver, which is pretty good. So the rash is still there. They've put me on, they've given me steroid cream as well, which is, it's quite hard for like so much in my body. But yeah, wait and see if that works. I had a skin biopsy in my first hospital stay, well not the first hospital, the last hospital stay, and they still haven't got the results to that, which is quite frustrating. It's been like 2 weeks. Because that'll confirm whether it is GVHD rash or if maybe it's a different reason for that. So they're kind of waiting on that, but he says the way things are going and it's kind of trending in the right direction, hopefully I'll be able to be released in like 2 or 3 days, and they'll manage things as an outpatient because there's only so much that really needs to be done here. So that's where it is at the moment, but in more positive big picture transplant news, pretty much all my bloods are now normal. Some platelets are in the normal range, white blood cells and neutrophils, and today, for the first time since 2023, my hemoglobin has tipped over into the normal range, and for saying it was like 60 last year and it's now double that, it's pretty awesome. So I have quite a lot of energy today. So despite all these other things going on, my stem cells are working hopefully really well, and the doctor did mention today this bit of GVHD, because it's probably at least a bit GVHD in my skin. He said because it's not too powerful, it's good for the graft versus leukemia effect. So, you know, having that little bit of GVHD might be like wiping out any sneaky little cancer cells that are still there. So that's where we are at the moment, on day 40 I think. So hoping that these blips start to get fewer and far between and I actually get like a week at home or something. That would be awesome. Okay, bye.